In today's episode, I talked to Tom Griffith, co-founder of Emma & Tom's, a healthy juice and snack brand which he built along with his co-founder Emma Walsh. Tom tells us about his early days in business and the challenges they faced while trying to be innovative, relevant, and growing the brand globally in a competitive industry. So buckle up and let's get going. Hey guys, welcome to lucky number 7th episode of Drive with an Entrepreneur. Proud to bring you guys a very special guest. Tom, come on in. Hey Tom,
Good morning.
how are you?
Very good. Good to see you.
Likewise. Great day.
It's a corker, isn't it? We like this sort of weather for selling juice.
That's it.
Nice and hot.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the story, what led to you creating this juice empire. So Tom, let's go back to 2004.
Yep.
You and your co-founder Emma were in the corporate world enjoying high paying jobs, and you decided to launch this company. What made you go for it?
Yeah, crazy, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, Emma had a great job. She was head of consumer marketing at the NAB, and I'd been a CFO in the UK. But we both wanted to do our own thing. Emma really for the freedom, not to mean she didn't want to work hard, but just work on her terms.
Yeah.
And I was keen just to have a swing at something, do something that wasn't just a job. I'd had plenty of jobs.
And the story goes that you were skiing in North America,
Yeah.
and then you just came across this idea of whole fruit juices. When did you realize, geez, there's an idea here that you can bring to Australia?
It was funny. I had a very good friend who I met 20 years earlier in Biarritz.
Yeah.
And she'd sent me almost like a little report about the North American super premium juice market. And I'd also been working for Pernod Ricard, the drinks conglomerate in London in France, and I'd done a startup. So I sort of had branded drinks on my brain. I loved doing the startup, and then I sort of saw this North American product, and that was my sort of aha moment.
Yeah.
It all made sense.
Wow. And what was the actual Australian market at the time? What kind of products were there in that?
There was
juice
nothing.
market?
There was nothing. It was just basically the incumbents on the supermarket shelves, and nothing. There was what you call super premium, like ours is.
Yeah.
Which means basically it's made from whole fruit, so there's actually fibre and the nutrients of whole fruit in the juice, so it's thicker. No added sugar and minimally processed.
Which obviously has its own challenges that we'll touch on a bit later on the show. So all right, so you realize, all right, here's an idea that we are going to start. Join hands with Emma, and what was the process of starting this up like? I'm sure it's very different to what it is now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the first day together, we went and saw a bloke called Gary.
Yeah.
At a cafe in Carlton, and talked to Gary about what he wanted to stock in his fridge to give to his customers. And then of course we started buying fruit from the markets and going home and making up blends. And then looking for people who make bottles. Remember, we were brand new entrants into this category, so we had no connections, we had no idea. So what we thought would take 6 months took 12 months.
Wow.
But we designed our own bottle. We had to get a brand up and running, and we didn't want one of those sort of tech wreck names like Yahoo, Yelp or Bang. So we ended up calling it Emma & Tom's,
just
because
simple as
that was our weakness, was this Emma & Tom versus all these big conglomerates. So we thought, let's use that, and we found a designer. So it just takes time. Everyone would say it's like pulling a bit of a thread.
And I think it's very interesting, Tom, because I think the whole point behind, and correct me if I'm wrong, the whole point behind you guys naming Emma and Tom was to maybe show that you guys were real. The company was real. Here's Emma, here's Tom. And as you said, it's not freedom juice or XYZ juice and all that stuff, isn't it? And you remember that name because it resonates with you.
That's right. And it's not some sort of phantom brand from a big multinational. It's real. And one of the things I think our consumers today would refer to us as is real. We use real ingredients. We've got a real presence with our 45 vans around Australia on the road. We're in sort of 6,000 outlets. Emma and I are real, so it's a proper business, and it's genuine. And
when you, all right, so here you are, you got the product, you're introducing it to the market. Obviously Emma and Tom's at the time was more premiumly priced. It was more of a premium product. I think $1 more expensive than the usual the existing product in the market. How did you convince the store people to actually stock this product? And did you think that it'll sell despite the fact that it's premium in nature in terms of price?
It didn't take a lot of convincing because people understand the quality.
Yeah.
You know, we had a discussion with one of the supermarket chains about our bars, for example, and they were saying no bar's ever been above $2 in health food.
Yeah.
And we said it's not a muesli bar. Oats cost about 50 odd cents a kilogram.
Yeah.
Dried fruit and raw nuts cost about $5 a kilogram.
Yeah.
It's got to be $2.65.
Yeah.
And they said, okay, yes. You know, we convinced them. And now that same product is $2.95. Yeah. So that shows you, I suppose, how price elastic they are because of the awareness of the quality.
Yeah. And I've read this funny story about you guys having a disaster with the bottling early days. Tell us about that.
I mean, when we first launched, we were actually down in Tasmania, and our bottling plant rang us and said we can't do it. And
simple as that.
we didn't understand why. We hadn't been involved in bottling. But obviously, when you put a round bottle down a bottling line, to put the label on, all you do is you spin it past something and it spins on. Obviously, with a square bottle, it's got to be put on very precisely, otherwise it goes around the corner. Anyhow, we got around that. I went and had a bit of a chat to them the following day in very terse fashion. Emma found a contract labeller, and we were in business. That was our main aim, to get in business. So we started.
At that point in time, did you ever sort of scratch your head and think, geez, what the hell have I signed up for?
I mean, look, early on, every problem was like a major, oh my gosh. But then you realise it's all about problems. There's going to be problems the entire time. You know, there was problems last week, year 14. There's going to be always problems.
It's just part of the business cycle, isn't it?
And to have thought that we wouldn't make a mistake is ludicrous because we were new entrants into the industry. So you can't possibly know everything. It doesn't work.
All right. And so I remember that when you were distributing Emma and Tom's, was it an intentional distribution strategy to go directly to cafe owners and sort of stock it there? Did you sort of realize that your clientele for premium juices might be there as opposed to a big retail and all that stuff?
Yeah, we wanted to launch into the independent market. Because that's how people discover the brand. If a juice is brand new and it goes into a major supermarket, it just sits on the shelf. In a cafe, you've got an owner who's going to be saying, hey, try this great new Emma and Tom's Green Power with your sandwich. So you don't feel you've been marketed at. You feel you've discovered it yourself. You drink it, you like it, you tell your friends. So that was the whole rationale behind the brand build, to give us some strength of brand before we go into the supermarkets.
All right.
I mean, we've done a lot of events to get it into people's hands, because getting it into a person's hand and into their mouth helps an awful lot. We obviously did PR in the early days, which I know more do myself currently. Now, of course, there's very powerful social media, which is a huge help. But once again, we've always liked this being in good spots. If you walk into a cool cafe and you set up our juice in the fridge, you go to yourself, of course they're here. It's a great place, it makes sense. So it's that whole association. Plus we've got 45 vans on the road, which we've valued. If you value a van the same as a bus shelter, 45 vans driving around for a year is about the equivalent ad spend of $2.5 million. That's free. And has the business model evolved, Tom, or that 40 years, do you reckon? Or? We morphed. I mean, you were going into our independent retailers via distributors, and we realised after some time we had to do it ourselves. We had to support a premium product with a premium service. So that gave rise to all these vans. But then, of course, the vans give rise to a lot more products, because you start wearing a distributor cap rather than a brand owner cap, and you say to yourself, well, if we're stopping here, what more can we sell this guy or girl? And the point is, they mightn't buy more than 50 odd juices a week, but hey, they'll buy some bars and some milks. So and up goes your order quantity.
And I guess the quality of your product could suffer as a result as well, if you have a separate distributor, whereas maybe you're going directly to the consumer, isn't it?
I mean, it does mean that we handle the product ourselves. We're very careful with how it's presented. So there's a lot of marketing in that service. Then of course it allows us to launch products and not have to wait until, say, a supermarket agrees to range them. We've got enough customers to do commercial runs and enough customers per state to launch and sell without waiting on sort of large orders.
Yeah. All right, no, that's fantastic. Well, another area that I wanted to touch on, Tom, was you and Emma. It's a partnership. 14 years old.
Yeah.
Obviously, you guys knew each other before that. What advice would you give to someone who's watching this show, wants to start an enterprise, who's running a show, running an enterprise, and it's got a partnership? What do you like sort of think that what made you and Emma's partnership so successful? Is there
yeah, look, I mean, it's hard. As everyone knows, any relationship requires some work.
Yeah, because you see a lot of corporate fallouts. You see partnership coming 2 years, they're just down the drain. Some don't even survive 6 months.
That's right.
And here you guys, you guys are part of the brand itself. Your names are part of the brand. Your partnerships, in fact, is the brand, isn't it?
We are very much aligned as to what we want to do and how we want to go about it.
Yeah.
We've always put the customer really first, not ourselves. That makes life easy.
Yeah.
And we would attribute it, I suppose, to three real things, which is, I've said before, but it's true, of any relationship, being trust, respect, and a shared vision. And without those attributes, it wouldn't survive, because it's hard enough, and it needs to be incredibly honest and open. And it's also very constant. We're on the phone. If I don't see him, I'm on the phone, twice a day minimum, even on holidays, because there's always stuff to talk about and issues to have to agree on to move forward. But because there's only two of us, we have to agree to move forward. Which makes life quite easy in that respect.
I guess it's no different to any other relationship, isn't it? Whether it's a marriage, it's more like a marriage, isn't it?
It totally is. I've got a mother, two sisters, and two daughters, so I'm very good at doing what I'm told, I suppose. But we're both grown up and mature and respectful, and that works well. Awesome.
And well, tell us a bit about your product making process. Tom, how do you come up with a new product? What makes you like? What's the process like?
We look to other markets, of course. We can commercialise well what we like and make ourselves. So one of our great skills is, if we like a certain type of food, we can then, I suppose, convert that to a factory produced product that still tastes natural and doesn't use preservatives or stabilisers or colouring or anything artificial. And that gives rise to what we call a risk of real. Because it is real and there aren't preservatives and things, so it is harder. It's more volatile, you've got to treat it more carefully, and the ingredients are invariably more expensive because you can't pop them up with, say, added sugar or flavour. So you've got to rely upon the integrity of great ingredients.
All right, and obviously the product making process comes with its own challenges. Your products, I'm assuming, don't really have long shelf life, isn't it?
No, we
How do you manage that whole distribution thing?
We have a thing called a chill chain. So if a milk or a juice is bottled and it needs to be kept cold, it gets bottled at, say, 2 degrees, and will stay below 4 degrees until the consumer buys it. So that's that comes with its own challenges and its own costs, obviously. It costs more to drive around in a van running a fridge than not. We have 4 warehouses around Australia, all with great big fridges in them. But it also protects our business because most of our competitors don't have a refrigerated chill chain.
Here I am holding leafy green, cold pressed. Tell us about how you come up with these products, Tom.
That was an idea that I had about 1.5 years ago, which then Emma and our new product manager, Sudhasini, have commercialised, which they're very good at doing.
Awesome.
That's particularly high end because it's over 65% vegetable juice, so which means, I suppose, less fructose, higher nutrients. We add prebiotic dietary fibre as well, because you've got your biobes and joy to live on, and it's cold pressed, so which just means it doesn't get heat treated. So it's like layers and layers and layers of premium.
How long is the shelf life for this kind of product?
That's about 2 months.
2 months, all right.
Which is pretty good. Maybe a bit more, but because we manufacture sort of every month, it doesn't need to be longer than that.
Yeah.
Because we sell it, so that's fine.
Does it put a strain on your distribution because it's sort of 2 months? I mean, technically, a person's or a retailer or cafe has to actually sell this within 2 months, isn't it?
Look, because of the brand being well known, our sales rate's very high. So we know we can release things, and once they're in the market, they sell.
Yeah.
And people are looking for new stuff the whole time. People like new things. Yeah. We did this about a year ago. Pineapple Crush.
Pineapple Crush.
Because we thought it's a great drink which no one's had for years and no one's doing it.
Yeah.
So we can go and do a Pineapple Crush. And I've got to say, it's a great summer drink.
Yeah. Especially, I mean, perfect weather. I'm actually loving it. Awesome. All right. So, well, Tom, starting from 2004, right? You know, I'm thinking just you and Emma to start with. You probably had a couple of staff, and now you're actually a global enterprise. How did you, or how do you manage this transition? Because obviously, I'm sure everything's a lot different.
Yeah, it is.
In terms of the daily running of the business.
It started like a family business. It was just, we had Emma and myself for a long time. Then we had a couple of sales staff, and now we're a team of more than 50. Which is actually amazing given the growth. And in that 50, we have about 23 nationalities, which I think is very Australian.
Yeah, it's a very diverse culture there.
Diverse. We actually have a majority of women in leadership roles.
Beautiful.
Which is also, I suppose, quite novel and should be encouraged. It requires more systems, of course. We've obviously now got software that does a lot of the job for us that we couldn't have even probably possibly afforded going back 10 years because of advancement. Now it's available to you. So we do a lot more reporting, a lot more recording. Our numbers are much more accurate. We've got a much higher level of reporting. Because you can't afford not to know where you are. Early on we were sort of busy, and Emma went and had a son, and I had 2 daughters, and that means you're super busy. And we didn't really look around and take advice, and we've realised now that you need to take lots of advice because you're in your own bubble, and you need to get out of your bubble. Have a person perhaps who sits aside from things, can look down on what you're doing and be critical and give advice, because you won't settle it. You can't possibly settle yourself.
And that's a very important part of running a business, isn't it, Tom? Because advice in any forms, it's sort of any feedback's good feedback, isn't it? Whether it's sort of good or bad.
Yeah, look, we're talking to one of my oldest friends who had just left a large private equity business, and I said to him in front of Emma, "Do you think we need an advisory board?" And he went, "Shit, yeah, bang." And Emma's like, "Why? We know what we want to do. We've got a plan." He's like, "Emma, it's free advice. And if you get the right people, 2 hours of free advice once a quarter gives you 2 or 3 months of work, I can tell you." And hey, it is free. And what we found is people are very, very happy to lend their advice. I suppose in return, we now try and help others ourselves. Because we've gained a lot from the advice of others and their learnings, and whether they are making burgers or muesli, you find that everyone's got the same problems. And now, metaphorically and literally, we're rolling.
We're rolling, pretty much, All right, so, I mean, that's the beauty of having an advisory board, isn't it, Tom? As you said, you summed it up perfectly. It's free advice. And nothing like hearing from a bunch of experts who's either done it or maybe even from a different industry.
That's right.
Doesn't matter. They've been there, done that, and it's always good to get a 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th perspective.
And it's all the same problems. Whether you're once again making yogurt or muesli or hamburgers, it's the same stuff.
So, let's talk a little bit about your branding, Tom, because I think Emma and Tom's got one of the most real, authentic branding out there. And I'm not telling you just because you're there, right? You guys are all about being real, and I think a lot of consumers nowadays, especially millennials, there's a question mark on them. Why do I buy this product?
isn't it? You know, it's not back gone are the days where you say, oh yeah, here's the product, all that stuff. But why do I buy a bottle of M&Tom? Tell us about what this.
Our consumers definitely read the back label.
Yeah.
They want to know, and they want to know what the company stands for. So that's important to them. It's important that they know that we're buying as much Australian raw materials as we can.
Yeah.
That we get things made in Australia.
All your ingredients come from Australia?
Not all, no, because I mean, there is no commercial passion fruit crop in Australia. There's no guava crop in Australia. Yeah. There's no date crop in Australia.
All right. Yeah.
But where we can, we do, and that would be, in total, somewhere probably, I'm guessing, over 85% of our materials. To the point that our orange juice would have, I reckon, the lowest food miles of any product in Australia, of any juice in Australia.
Beautiful.
You know, it's bottled up in the Murrumbidgee irrigation area.
Yeah.
And it's in the store about a day and a half later. You can't get fresher.
Yeah. And you know, coming back to this, connecting with the millennials and the branding, you guys just obviously like to keep it real, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's no gimmicks, there's no this and that. Emma and Tom, here's who we are, here's the product, here's the bottle.
Yeah, we
enjoy it, look after yourself, as you say.
We are very straight up.
Yeah.
So this is why the label's transparent, the lid's transparent. It's about the product.
Yeah.
And that's what we champion.
Yeah.
So that's our aim. You know, to once again provide great product.
Yeah.
Somebody once recently commented that companies have been very good in convincing people that they are better cooks than you are.
Yeah.
And we all know homemade's the best, and we try and make this as close to the best homemade as you can get.
That's it. And you know, I think it helps you connect well with the consumer as well, isn't it? Because nowadays it's more or less about telling a story.
That's what I mean. People trust the brand.
Yeah.
Which is obviously I'm eternally grateful for and respect enormously.
Yeah.
And to maintain that trust, though, we've got to maintain our form.
Yeah.
So we don't cut corners.
Yeah. And it's very important because this stuff you put it in your body.
That's right. Exactly.
Yeah.
A person said to me very early on of a drink containing preservatives, and they said to me, "Look, if it doesn't break down in the bottle, what's it doing inside your stomach?"
Yeah.
Good point. You know, it's made to, it should be organic, so it goes through your body as it's intended.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. I mean, I just love how real straightforward your branding is, and who you are, and your marketing and all that. Let's go beyond this stop. You obviously are, and you know, it's in fact involved in a lot of shops and courses.
Yeah.
What's actually Tom's involvement in that, and how has it, I guess, affected your business and your personal life, you know, helping all this project and all that?
We always wanted to be, I suppose, a good corporate citizen.
Yeah.
It wasn't all about just making money.
Yeah.
It's about obviously giving back and helping people who can't help themselves.
Yeah.
So we now raise money to help both alleviate youth homelessness and help youth education. We also give, I suppose, dues to other causes as they arise if we can.
Yeah.
And only last year we became a B Corp, which means a benefits corporation.
Yeah.
And that really tests the company on their performance, not just financially, but socially and environmentally.
Yeah.
So there's now over 2,000 B Corps in the world.
Yeah.
Other ones that people might know of that are B Corps are Patagonia, Danone, Stone and Wood. So
all great brands.
They're all B Corps.
Yeah.
And being part of that community makes you focus on your social impact and your environmental impact, not just the bottom line.
Yeah. And it's becoming ever so important today, isn't it, Tom, to just go beyond just earning and profit for any business, really.
Yeah, I mean,
because it's about making a difference.
You've got to have a business and a platform before you can go and be nice to others, because you can't go broke. You need to make money yourself to pay your team and pay your bills.
Yeah.
But once you've got to that point, we believe there's a certain amount of resource that should be allocated to helping others.
Yeah.
Which we do. And we enjoy it. Our team enjoys it, and our customers enjoy it.
Yeah.
So that's all three levels of stakeholder.
Yeah. And what's next for Tom?
Well, export markets have just kicked off in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
We're now sending sort of weekly shipments to Shanghai. We ship to Jordan, Dubai, Malaysia.
And I think it's good because Australian brands enjoy a great reputation overseas, isn't it? Just to add a little bit of another angle to this, I grew up in Sri Lanka.
Right.
And you know, when you sort of talked about Australian brands, they stood out for pureness, freshness, being real, made out of great quality processes and ingredients.
Yeah.
And I think that helps you, does it?
Oh, totally. We are known as the clean green country. You know.
Yeah.
Whenever you have a conversation with someone in China, they mention the food safety crisis, that phrase, every single time.
Yeah.
And they don't want a product made for China in Australia.
Yeah.
They want an Australian product that's made in Australia, for Australians and for China.
Yeah.
And we now have a great distributor in China.
Yeah.
Who's got about 25 or 30 sales staff running around, selling Emerald Toms into as many supermarkets, cafes, hotel chains, airlines as possible.
Yeah. So and is it sort of similar products as the Australian same products? Okay.
We've obviously changed some labelling.
Yeah.
And we've changed a few of the ingredients to comply.
Yeah.
But it's the same product. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think you also released water bottles in Singapore or Malaysia or something like that, is it? Or?
We do a water in Melbourne.
Yeah.
That hasn't yet been exported, but that's not off the table. We'll happily sell anything.
Yeah.
And we've started doing a lot more online too. Actually,
Yeah.
our online shop's going great guns.
Yeah.
And that really, I suppose, extends Emerald Toms to the whole world. Obviously. We're getting many orders from Hong Kong, particularly.
Beautiful. And I mean, looking back now, I'm sure you never thought that. Obviously, you had the vision, but you never thought that. Or did you ever think I'll be here sitting here talking a show about exporting to millions of countries and all that?
Yeah, doing 60 k's an hour. Yeah, easy on that right foot.
Yeah.
No, look, it's been a real journey. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We have done more than we sort of thought we would do.
Yeah.
It started off being just 4 super premium fruit juices, and now it's a range of about 60 drinks and snacks. Even the online shop, which is at emeraldtom.com, that's quite new for us, but it's fun. It's a whole fun thing.
You guys are, I like it. You guys are forward thinking. You know, you guys don't just stop and say, okay, here we have a product, let it run.
Well,
you guys are going online, you guys are going global. And
because
all that.
In this business, it seriously is innovate or die. You've got to be moving. The big companies can get things ranged in grocery by spend or discounting. We can't afford that. They've got to be better and newer and desirable.
No worries. Well, Tom, for anyone, for people watching this show, someone wants to start a business, launch a product, hopefully it doesn't become a competitor to you.
Don't do it in juice.
Don't do
it in tires.
Don't do that. Let's sum it up, Tom. Let's sum it up by 3 points. What 3 points would you give to someone who's watching
on the spot? 3
on
points.
The spot, on the
okay,
spot.
1. You've got to really want to do it because it's a one-way street, and it's going to take you 10 to 15 years to execute your whole ambition. So you can't just leave it. You've got to hang around and do it. So that's point 1. One-way street, and make sure you're committed. Point 2 is make sure you can fund it.
That's a good point.
No point getting halfway through the execution and running out of cash. Because I tell you what, no one's going to help you.
You're on your own.
And whilst a lot of funds around, the wealthy people are wealthy because they are very good at hanging on to it and not wasting it.
And maybe grabbing a piece of your company in return.
That's right. And number 3, obviously it needs to be either better or new. It's got to be a better product or service that is currently available, or it's got to be a whole new service or product. And that's pretty hard.
All right. Well, Tom, what a great journey it's been.
Thank you.
Starting from 2004 all the way, starting two childhood friends starting a business and taking it to what it is today, a global brand, a brand that every Australian can be proud of and will be proud of in the many years to come. Thanks for coming on our show.
Thank you. Cheers.
And cheers, and all the best with the journey.
Good fun.
Thank you.